This is TWiT.
Valve shows off the $50 Steam Link game streaming box. Tim Berry wrote this up for PC Per. Quote, Valve has slowly but surely been working on its living room gaming initiative. And it's kind of funny. Steam machines are out there as a theoretical, but the Steam Link is what they announced at GDC this year. Streaming your Steam content from your computers and Steam machines to your TV over a local network. November launch, $50. And then you can pair with the Steam controller for another $50. This is kind of really curious because they basically, it looks like they have a picture of a 3D render. It'll work with Valve's in-home streaming technology, which is kind of because Michael Hand and I, who are working on a DIY show called Possibly Unsafe, built a Raspberry Pi and a Raspberry Pi Model 2 into Steam streaming boxes. And now suddenly, out of nowhere, Valve has basically heard that we were going to preempt their entire market and decided to release the announcement on this. 1080p 60 hertz, wired connection because they want to minimize latency, a pair of USB ports, HDMI output, AC power jack. And then there's a third USB port, Tim writes, located on the left side of the Steam Link. The question is are they going to ship it? Are they going to work in Valve time, or are they actually going to ship it in November? Are you excited for another set-top box? Because there's another one we're going to talk about that's 4 times as much as the Steam Link. But I mean, do you care at this point, or are you just going to connect a gaming PC to your living room machine?
That's what I do.
Living room
but there
screen.
are plenty of. Yeah, I mean, I just intend to have like a full-blown PC. Actually, I have a laptop running on there, right, and acting kind of like a home theater PC and streaming videos and playing some games, not that much. But that's me.
Okay.
And we're kind of crazy in some of our hardware stuff that we do. But there, there's plenty of people out there that are just going to want to be like, hey, I can just stream this Steam game from my PC in the other room to my TV over here, and all I have to do is just put this box on it. Okay. I can see it. And, it's not that expensive. So, yeah.
Yeah, $50. $100 for the controller is a little harder, but $50 it seems a little bit more reasonable. It's kind of funny.
I wonder, are the controllers limited to specifically that pricey controller, or can you just like plug in any, like a USB Xbox controller or something, right? Maybe.
We'll find out, but it sounds like they're trying to lock it down into either for simplicity on their port or as a significant revenue generator. Because you start looking at games where there's like 4 people competing, 4 controllers. It's $200 on top of a $50 box. It has a lot of potential.
It does.
I thought it was interesting.
And, if it can stream at 60 frames a second, that's good. The only thing I'd be worried about is maybe the latency, right? Because you're still going to get some latency. Regardless of, even if it's only on your local network, there is some latency that you add there. So if you're trying to do Twitch shooter kind of things, or anything that's a really fast reaction time, like a really high-speed driving game kind of thing, it might not be that pleasurable, but that remains to be seen.